So my first professional cooking job was at the hospital. I worked there 13 years. As soon as I got out of college, I went there. Started off as a dishwasher. Then from a dishwasher, I passed out trays to the patients. And then from there, I picked up a cook job. My first cook experience was kind of funny, professional. It was this guy that was cooking in front of a whole bunch of people, and it was probably like 30 people in line. He was getting overwhelmed. And I stepped in and helped him, not even knowing what I was doing. Stepped in and helped him, and then next thing you know, he just walks away, and I'm stuck in the line with the 30 people. Like I said, I'm not a cook at the time. I'm a dishwasher, and I just started cooking, and that's where it all came from. My name's Corey Scott. Down here in Wilmington, North Carolina, the south side of Wilmington at Thyme Restaurant.
Thanks for calling on time. Make some blue cheese dressing.
My food journey began with my mother and grandma. That's who I lived with. They worked, been out, and some used to work overnight. And I remember having leftover rice all the time in the refrigerator. And I used to cook for my brother and my sister. I'd take a couple eggs, crack some eggs and some rice, and we used to eat eggs and rice, throw a little bit of ketchup on top. The only recipe I think I got from my grandmother, which her nickname was Miss Cookie because she cooked a lot, is probably the fried pork chop. But I still put my little swing on to the seasonings and everything, on how you marinate it. That's probably the closest one, that the recipe. And the only reason why I don't have any other recipes is because we grew up eating a lot of soul food, and that's typically something I do not like to eat anymore. Being that I ate it so much growing up, I probably eat soul food maybe 3 times a year, and that's the typical Thanksgiving, Christmas, and stuff like that, Easter. So I barely run soul food in here. A lot of people classify us as soul food, but it's not. We're more of a, I would classify us like an upscale tavern with a twist. The food that inspires our menus, of course, is our Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, packed full of sirloin beef, peppers and onions, different kinds of cheeses. Another thing that inspires us is taking different swings on the typical foods that you see, and we just take it and do different creations from it. So you might not get the normal cheeseburger, you might not get the normal wings and sauces and stuff like that. So that's what inspires us to be different. So I Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. We cook sirloin beef, fine sirloin beef. It's grilled peppers, grilled onions. It's red and green peppers, grilled onions, different seasonings, and we marinated it overnight. So we can't go from cooking it to rolling the egg rolls, the meat and the mixtures and everything. So we make like a wet dry rub to put on there. We let that sit overnight, and then from there we'll roll egg rolls with 3 different cheeses: mozzarella, cheddar, and Gouda. And after that, you just wrap them and we just deep fry them. We serve them with our thyme sauce, or we serve it with our homemade ranch. It's been good. So the crazy part about it, I actually left the hospital to pursue my catering business. Like I said, I left December of 2019. We launched the food truck December 2020. At the time, I had probably like thousands of dollars of catering jobs lined up. And then here comes March 2020, and that's when COVID hit. Eventually, I ended up losing all of those catering jobs. So, I had to refund all the deposits and everything like that. But kind of find out, like, the blessing was in disguise with the COVID situation. A lot of people didn't win from it. So we was actually one of the people that actually win from it, from COVID happening. by launching the food truck, all the restaurants are closed. So the only place you could eat from then was food truck or you eat at home. So that's how we ended up like exploding through social media and stuff. So I guess our journey, it's been a long journey. Like I said, I left the hospital after 13 years. In between that last 6 months of 2019, like I said, I left my job of 13 years. We bought a food truck cash, $25,000 cash, which was a lot of money. We bought a house, and my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. So we went through all of that in that 6 months. So I say this to say that during that 6 months, it showed me the real like meaning of life. Far as people coming in here and talking, social media, and it's going everywhere, I try not to pay too much attention. Yes, when I look at it, I'm happy, but I'm not dwelling on it. So I feel like this is a perfect location. There's plenty of reasons. One, it's a historic black restaurant. Probably at the time it was Booty Soulful Restaurant. That was the longest black owned restaurant in Wilmington, North Carolina. It was over 40 years. Another thing is we were able to buy half the block, half of the 10th Street block. So that was a good thing. So that was a great opportunity on moving in here. So I feel like the customers, when they come in, they see what we're building, they love it. So they get attached to us, and it's not more just customers. Now they're turning into family. It's not an easy thing. People think that, oh, this person is doing it. Maybe I could get into it and I could try it and do it. Maybe I could get the same outcome. But like I said before, I only post the positive things on social media. I might post one positive thing, but 8 negatives led up to that positive. Or, 8 knockdowns led up to that positive, which I don't post. At the time, who was a positive role model, restaurant owner, and black male figure in Wilmington, and that was Chef Keith Rhodes. So here today, we're like really, really, really good friends. We talk probably once a week, not too much, but just enough. He owns Catch Restaurant down on Market Street. He was the one that helped me, gave me some good advice. It was not a lot of advice, but it was the right advice, just enough. He gave that, and also my pastor, Robert Campbell, he helped me a lot. So he is actually the person that got me in a situation of getting the food truck. I was thinking about just going straight into a restaurant, leaving the hospital, and he helped me out. And he was like, wait, maybe you could get this. And then I didn't think about it. I told him no. Then one day I thought about it, came back, and then we ended up buying a food truck. I mean, if I wouldn't have went that road that he told me, then I don't think I would have been in the situation that I'm in now. We prayed a lot. I feel that he's not going to take me through something that I cannot bear. He throws me plenty of challenges. But at the end of the day, I like the challenges. It defines who I really am. So that's what gets me through. I came from the dish room, so I'm never gonna forget like where I came from. No matter how much growth that you change with the growth, which is cool. But I would never forget in the back of my head like where I came from.